What is up, guys? It's your boy Circles, and this is my first video on our Norleague channel. And I've been thinking about uploading like a mini series talking about arrangement, mixing, sound selection, and bounce. And this is gonna be the first video I make. It's gonna be about bounce and how to make your beats sound better, stand out more. And yeah, so make sure to follow me on Instagram at Circles and the Norleague channel at Nor_League, and make sure to support us. Check out our kits, our free ones, on our website madebynor.com. And yeah, so I have this beat done already. I made it with my boy Kingfisher. His Instagram will be in the screen, and he's fire as hell. Cold on the guitar, has a dope channel. Follow him. I'll be playing the loop right now. That's the loop. It's fire, but it's pretty slow. It's 103 BPM. Because of that, I'm also have to make the drums slow, but like full, if that makes sense. So this is the drums I made. So I'll get started with the 808s. The thing you guys can do is keep your 808s simple and add rolls, but I don't like overdoing rolls since they take up too much space in the beat and are distracting as hell. So this is a simple roll I made. It's like a triplet roll. The thing you guys can do to spice up the 808s that you have are reverse 808s. It's not really reverse, but what it is the velocity going up, as you can see. So to do this, make sure it's in none. The snap is none. And then you could make it really small, like that. And what you guys can do is Control B and just duplicate it until it leads to the next 808. Now that we have that, we can do this. Select all of it, and then click and just drag the velocity upwards, like that. Or you could just make it a straight, like that, velocity curve. But I like to do it like that. And then it was in A, so let's put it in A so it's in key. And then we hear it. So you can hear it, it's subtle. This is the exact same trick that was done, I think, in the box.
So we'll just play the 808 pattern by itself. I can't even pull it open for y'all, man, because y'all just...
Nope, y'all be struggling too. We hear you struggling trying to make this 808.
And it's really simple. That's the crazy thing about it.
Good luck.
Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit in the comments, bro. That shit is just really simple.
And another tip that I can give you guys is work with 808 velocities, especially if you're doing clipping or like clipping 808s. Those are fire. Don't overdo it though. But as you can see here, the 808 velocity starts low and then goes up. Don't do it too low because it's gonna sound like you're not gonna hear much. So make sure it's kind of loud. When it sounds fire, as it leads to the next 808. So that's a tip for the 808s. And something that's gonna help you bounce a lot are the hi-hats. I always start with the hi-hats whenever I make a beat. And this is my hi-hats. It looks crazy, I know, but it's pretty simple. The reason why it looks crazy is the velocities. That's the biggest advice that I can give you guys for making beats, making bouncy beats especially. Play with the hi-hat velocity. So here I start pretty simple hi-hat. So let me just play the hi-hat itself. As you can see, you can hear like a very subtle delay right here. I have a delay and an EQ. You guys can toy around with delay and figure out your own special delay sauce. So I came up with mine. I'll probably give it out, think about it in a drum kit, and yeah, let me know by the way. So yeah. And for the hi-hats, I like to start with the first one always hitting the like max velocity, but as it goes on, make it go down and go up. So this is what it's gonna sound like. So what other producers like to do is just do this. Well, let me go back to 1/4 step, like that. But I like spicing it up by doing like this. And also some dope advice is putting hi-hats like lower notes, lower key. It just sounds fire, hits harder, and it doesn't like distract the listener by making like a huge roll or an annoying roll. It sounds like rolls sound abrupt and distracting sometimes when you do it too much. Alright, I just like to keep it simple so it gives space for the rapper. So another advice, you guys can do like rolls that go downwards and back up, like here. I like to do that especially when I do a triplet roll. It sounds much better and cleaner. It rolls better. It stays on tempo, especially when you do that. I like to alternate between 1/3 step and 1/4 step. It just makes it sound different. It switches things up a bit, but it doesn't sound like too distracting. As you can also see, repetition is a big thing in making dope hi-hat patterns. Make it repeat, but also switch things up a bit so it doesn't get boring. If you don't do repetition, the rapper's gonna get real bored real quick, and he's not gonna want to rap on a beat. So make sure to do repetition, but switch things up a bit. And velocities. And another thing that is going to help you guys a lot with bounce is the open hat. So these are the open hats I have, just 2 of them. As you can see, this open hat, the second one, cuts off. So the way to do that is you go to the open hat, go to the envelope, put everything down except the hold, and then max out the hold, and then it's gonna stop whenever you want it to stop. Here, see? Sounds fire. So yeah, and then let's see, snares also is another advice. Play with the snare velocities. You don't want it to sound flat and dry, if that makes sense. Let's see, here it's all the same, but you don't hear it much. It's like in the background because the hi-hat sounds similar, but you can feel it, if that makes sense. That's pretty much my advice I can give for making bounce. Is just make sure the 808s are vary, but don't vary much. Make sure they're simple. Make sure you use rolls, velocity, and reverse 808s if you have enough space for that. And then for hi-hats, velocities again. Use lower notes. Use plugins or effects such as a delay. You can't hear it much in the beat, but you can feel it. Look, this is without the delay. You feel like something is missing, right? So that's what the delay does. It fills it up a little bit. And work around with different pitches of hi-hats as well. Low notes on fire as well. High notes on fire. Remember to use rolls, but don't overdo it. Make it simple. And yeah. And then for snares, remember to keep it simple. Play around with the velocities, repetition, switch it around as well. And then for open hats, simple. Make sure they lead to either a clap or a kick. It makes it bounce much better. It's just here. And also remember the envelope. Helps you a lot with making open hats lead to another sound. Don't forget to cut off the 808 and use the envelope as well on the 808. And that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to follow me at Circols, and don't forget to follow Nor League at Nor_League, and don't forget to follow my boy Kingfisher for the loop. And yeah, his Instagram is at Kingfisher Beats, and Let me know what you guys think of this video. Make sure to put these tips to use as well. Thank you. It also sounds, it doesn't make, when you do velocities, it doesn't sound, when you do velocities, the hi-hat doesn't sound